guys, it's Jay. So this is not how I plan on filming this part of the video. I was going to not have dirty hair and be sitting on my bathroom floor, but I managed to really mess up my foot today and I've been keeping it up. It's been painful, so this is the best I can do. I just wanted to explain really quickly what the chicks are that we hatched out so that the video would make more sense. So we had some chicken projects that we were wanting to work on, breeding different breeds this year, and one of those breeds that we really wanted to get into were Silver Reds Blue. They are an imported bird. They are not like extremely rare, but they're definitely one of the more rare breeds. They're really neat birds. If you saw in the video, they're the ones with the green eggs. Some of them were speckled, some of them weren't. They were just really fascinating the more that I looked into them. They used to be called ice bars, so if you've been in the chicken world, you may have heard the term ice bar, but they are officially called Silver Reds Blue. We managed to find a really neat breeder. She had some really good lines. She had got hers from the first import, and that's something interesting that I had never heard about until a couple months ago is imports. So when you're looking at a Silver Reds Blue, there was the first import and the second import, and it's if the person that you're getting your chicks or your eggs from doesn't know which import their birds were in, then there's a high likelihood that they don't have actual true Silver Red Blue line. So we had 15 eggs, 5 of them hatched. That's actually a pretty good hatch rate for shipped eggs. I'm finding out we were really nervous none of them would hatch, but we had 5 of them hatch out. Some of them have had some issues. 2 of them had splayed leg, which is very common when hatching out chicks actually. And we're fixing that with a Band-Aid. Actually, I think I took footage of one of the chicks and their Band-Aids on their legs, so that looks like it's improving dramatically. That chick that was barely walking now a couple of days later is up and running around with everybody else. I have not taken off the Band-Aid yet. I'm going to leave it on there kind of until it starts to fall off. The other one we had one on, it did fall off. It looked a lot better, but was still just a tinge issue-y, so I put one back on that one too. So we've got 5, which is pretty exciting. We were really concerned that they might not make it. Just some of them looked a little bit not amazing at first. Maybe they were a little too weak, but they actually perked up and were totally fine. I'm trying to keep this short. I'm kind of a rambling person. So the other chicks that we hatched out were actually our own eggs from our chickens. They're little bantams, so we hatched out 10 of ours. All 10 of them hatched, which was awesome. So all the eggs that we put in from our bantams hatched. And math, 7 of those are black-breasted red Old English bantams. And then 3 of those are part of the Old English bantam, and then they are part Mille Fleurs. So if you've watched any of our videos, then you've seen our little speckled Mille Fleurs chicken. I keep saying chick. This is terrible. This is terrible. This is not going how I wanted. I'm not a very polished person though, I guess. Anyway, our speckled chicken, Cosette, she is their mama. So I'm really curious to see how those end up looking as they start to get in their feathers and grow a little bit. They're adorable. They're doing really well. We have had some toe issues where their toes were a little bit crooked. One of our chicks, and then one of the Silver Reds. They are kind of correcting on their own actually. I don't know that their toes will ever be perfectly straight. We've tried to splint them. We've tried 3 different times. The splints will not stay on. We tried 3 different methods. We cannot get the splints to stay on. So they're just gonna have imperfect feet possibly. I've heard that they can straighten on their own, and we have noticed that they do look a lot better, but they may never be perfect. So I would say our first experience was nerve-wracking. It was exciting, way more exciting than going and buying chicks from the hatchery or the feed store. So yes, we'll do it again. We did end up losing 2 of the Silver Reds. They started to hatch and just never made it out. One of them still had part of the yolk that had not completely gone into their belly, and the other one was perfectly formed. I don't know what happened. I don't know if they just couldn't get out. I did assist a couple of them because they were just taking too long, and after we lost the one that was partly hatched, it scared me a little bit. So I waited kind of as long as I felt was safe to wait, and then I'm like, okay, I didn't want to have to do this because everybody's like, don't assist hatch, but I felt like we were going to lose another one. So I did assist hatch. I did not like pop them out of the shell. All I did was they were pipping and then breaking a line of shell off and poking part way through the mucous membrane inside of the egg. That membrane was not, did I say mucous membrane? Wow, guys, this is terrible. Okay, so the membrane, this is bad. I'm gonna have to edit like all the things. So the membrane was very thick and it was drying really quicker than I would have liked, which was frustrating because 10 bantams hatched out, no problem at all. They did great. So it was frustrating that the other eggs were having a problem because I didn't know if it was actually a humidity issue because the others did not have a problem, or if they just have thicker membrane. Like, I don't know. I really don't know. So all I did is I went and I broke the membrane where the chick had already broken off shell. I just made sure that that was open so that they could get out on their own. I assisted, but as little as I possibly could. So there's that. But they're doing really, really great. We're not having any issues. They're not quite a week old. The first ones that hatched are not quite a week old. A couple more days still, so they're still young. Something could happen, but we're really optimistic at this point that everybody's gonna make it and they're gonna be fine, and we're really hoping that we get at least one healthy rooster and a couple of healthy hens out of the Silver Reds Blue, because we would really like to breed those. They're a really interesting chicken. You should look them up if you haven't ever heard of them. Sorry, I keep looking over here at the chicks over here, but okay, I say a lot. And I ramble a lot, and it's because I like a lot of information. When someone is telling me something or telling me a story, I like as much information as humanly possible so that I can fully formulate the story in my head, or whatever the process is that they're talking about. I'm an extremely visual learner. I just need to see it, and when you're using words, I need to have a lot of information so that I can see it in my head, and so I tend to give a ton of information, probably too much. I do apologize, but that's just, I do it even when I'm like, I'm gonna keep this short. So anyway, I'm gonna be done now. If you guys have any questions, feel free to comment below. As I said, we will be trying hatching again. I'm not sure what we're gonna hatch out next. I've got a couple things in mind. Our bantams all of a sudden stopped laying. I don't know why. They're not going through molt. They just all stopped laying. So not banties for a little while anyway. But I hope you guys are having a great week. Welcome to all of our new subscribers. We're really glad that you're here. Please check out our social media links down in the description box. We have Instagram that I try to post on semi-regularly. We have our Facebook page. Trying to think. I don't even know what else is in there. Anyway, we will talk to you guys later. Thanks for watching. Bye.